From Lalate headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Afternoons Lalate.
Across the land, the date is now confirmed. Tomorrow morning, the vote will happen for your $1,400 third stimulus check. From across the Pacific to the Atlantic Ocean, America awaits the arrival of your $1,400 third stimulus check. The president will sign it into law tomorrow. The vote will occur tomorrow morning. And off we go into third stimulus land. The third stimulus package will also provide adults the opportunity to get big money for their children. $5,000 for children 5 to newborn, $4,400 for children 17 to 6, $1,700 of financial aid as well if you're a college student, plus a $1,400 stimulus check. If you're a hazard pay individual, $1,500 plus a $1,400 stimulus check. If you need help with rent, utilities, and food, that's included as well. And also mortgage assistance. Big money for businesses as well. $5,000 EIDL grants for new applicants and reoccurring applicants. And up to $5 million for restaurant owners as well as a grant. The incredible great news starts right now, as third stimulus across the country will become a reality tomorrow. And off we go into fourth stimulus, as Afternoons Lalate goes into its final hour, starting right now. It's confirmed. It's tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning. The vote is in the House. Steny Hoyer just made the announcement, and off we go to a law. Congratulations, you have done it. You're getting a $1,400 stimulus check. You have done it. It is now in place. The vote is tomorrow morning, now confirmed by Steny Hoyer, and the president will sign it into law tomorrow. He'll then address the American public in prime time on Thursday morning, and the stimulus checks will be going out this week. Stimulus will go out right away, and minutes ago, the president's press secretary made another announcement that'll show your stimulus check will land even sooner than we thought as well. I have all the incredible great details that are breaking just in the last few minutes, from the White House to Congress, from the West Coast to the East Coast, and from Wall Street to Main Street. Thank you for joining me on the final hour of Afternoons Lalate. What a day it is. Congratulations. You are getting a $1,400 third stimulus check. The second stimulus check in December was $600. That was singularly the result of you, the viewers of this channel, Purple Power. Together as a family, we got a second stimulus check into what was called a continuing resolution. There wasn't going to be stimulus in the CR. We started the campaign. CR for stimulus. I started it. You continued it. CR for stimulus. Then people like Joe Manchin didn't want to give a stimulus check in the CR. We pushed back. Seats for stimulus. We demanded stimulus in the CR with a stimulus check. And finally, they backed off and gave you $600. The stimulus check coming this week is $1,400. $1,400 for individual, $1,400 for children, $1,400 for adult dependents. But then there's actually better news on top of that. The better news is that this channel's not one, but 4 hashtag campaigns since last year. Of them, all 4 are now really heating up big time. Number 1, MSC. 11 of 50 Democrats in the Senate that the president has to get all 50 to approve his next stimulus package have said they're not giving him a vote unless there's reoccurring stimulus checks every month in the next stimulus package. Hashtag MSC. In fact, it's better than MSC, which refers to multiple stimulus checks. It's reoccurring stimulus checks, meaning a check every month, meaning not just a stimulus check every 3 or 4 checks every so often, MSC. It's a check every month. How much? Likely to be about $2,000. That's number one. Number two, the incredible great news across the land is that Ron Wyden, Democrat in the Senate, said that he supports paying your unpaid FPUC from July to December of last year, which is $600 a week or over 20 weeks. It's $12,000. If you get him enough senators who are Democrats to support him in the fourth stimulus package, he'll make a push for that as well. That was our FPUC retro hashtag campaign as well. And finally, the last big exciting news, SS 200. Not one, not two, but 4 different ways to now have it happen. This is absolutely incredible. Whether you're on Social Security, railroad benefits, senior, veteran, railroad benefits, the push for $200 a month was started by Elizabeth Warren. And now there's 4 ways to get it done. Number one, a demanding of it in the fourth stimulus package, just like multiple stimulus checks. Route number 2, a standalone bill, which has now been anchored with a wealth tax bill she introduced a week ago that would provide the funding for SSI, because she said while campaigning for president she would do it that way. Thank you, Alicia, for the massive super chat. And finally, route number 3 is an executive order by the President of the United States. You don't need a bill for this because it doesn't need a bill. On January 20th, the president came into office, and what did he do on January 20th? He raised SNAP benefits 20%, 15%. He changed the way SNAP eligibility works. He changed the program for a short-term basis. He can do the same thing for SSI and SSDI. This is huge, incredible, great news. But the incredible news starts tomorrow. As your $14 stimulus check goes to a final vote in the House will pass and then off to the president to sign, the checks go out later this week. And I have even better news than that right now. Thank you, Saturn, for the super chat. The cat. The big news developing just minutes ago is that the president's press secretary just told press that the president has decided that, unlike someone else, President Biden has decided not to put his name on your stimulus check because that would have taken more weeks out of you getting the check. It would have delayed the check, unlike a previous individual who did that. So as a result, the stimulus checks that are coming by paper check will come even faster than the second stimulus check, because they won't be signed by the president in any electronic form or electronic signature. They'll simply just be stamped by an administrative official. It cuts down the processing time, says the White House in a press statement minutes ago. Wow, this is all really exciting, great news. Yes, direct deposit is the first recipients. If you're set up for direct deposit, you could get the stimulus check within 24 hours. No less than about 100 viewers that I know of that specifically told me got the second stimulus check by the end of the first day in which it went out. It went out in the morning, and they had it the next morning. Some even had it that evening that it went out. That was incredible. Some viewers will have the same situation happen this time. From across the land, from the East Coast to the West Coast, stimulus checks are going out. But there's more exciting, great news as well. Done deal? It is a done deal. It is a done deal. The other exciting news across the land is that in the third stimulus package, you qualify for about $5,000. Now, the $5,000 you got to apply for, and I'm going to show you how. But first, hit that subscribe button on this channel because you can't miss a single penny. In 2020, I launched this channel in April 25th. But by that point, over the month of March and February, people were dependent upon the day in which a stimulus check from the second stimulus package was going to land in their bank account in the month of March. It never landed. Second stimulus never happened until December. And so they based their economic dependency upon the arrival of one check on a particular day that never happened. This time it's different. This stimulus check is actually now becoming law, and it's actually going out. But again, you should not be financially dependent upon the day in which the stimulus check lands in your bank account. Because why? Under second stimulus, some people got the $600 stimulus check in 24 hours. Others didn't get it in 24 hours. They got it a little bit different. And in the video right after this, purple, the final recording this day, I'm going to show you how in 2021 you are getting financially stable by not tracking checks by cash, but by cashing checks. If you're a person that absolutely needs to know what hour, minute, and day of the week that a $14 stimulus check is arriving from the postman to your mailbox in the morning on a specific Saturday, then you have not prepared yourself for 2021 appropriately. The way you prepare yourself for 2021 is getting as much money that the federal government has set aside for you for stimulus already, so that it doesn't make a difference if the $14 stimulus check shows up on a Monday or a Thursday. And in the video right after this, I'm going to show you how you get that money. Thank you, Theodore. It always worries me, even to this day, when someone asks me, did they vote yesterday? Did they vote this morning? Did they vote today? Did they vote yesterday? Now, obviously, there's obviously a curiosity and a sort of a novelty and an excitement to watch a vote. But if the reason why the person's asking what minute they voted in the House is because they need that stimulus check this very second, that worries me. It's generally not a subscriber. There is $5,000 in the third stimulus package that you can get to start. There's a lot more on top of that. But under second stimulus, which is the video right after this, I can get you money right now, because they provided stimulus for you in the second stimulus package. And if you didn't get it, I'm going to show you how you get it. Now let's cut back to third stimulus. If you're a single parent, if you're a single individual, what can you get? Single individuals can get a stimulus check, they can get rent, they can get utilities, they can get food, they can get hazard pay if they made less than $25,000, $1,500 if they're college students, $1,700 plus $14 stimulus check. If you're a married couple, anything different from there? No, just double the amount. Anything different for a Nux group? Yes, for parents, any type of parent, you can get money for your children if they're 17 to newborn, provided you fall within the same income qualifications as a stimulus check. $5,000 for children 5 to newborn, and $4,400 for children 17 to 6. Who else gets money on the stimulus package from other groups? Business owners get business grants. That's Schedule C, Uber, Lyft, Grubhub, Airbnb. They get $5,000 of EIDL grant. They get PPP. They get a business grant if they have a restaurant, or a venue grant as well. There's a lot of money for a lot of different things in the third stimulus package. But if you are just a single individual with no kids and you make less than $45,000, that's how your life is, I can get you $5,000 on top of your $14 stimulus check in the stimulus package. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button, because over the next few weeks, I'm going to show you every single time that a program goes live, how to get it and where to get it. Remember, none of the programs are live yet. None of the applications are live yet. And when they're live, I will tell you on air live as a live channel, go apply right now. And you will literally stop everything you're doing, apply, because the money will go like that. God. So much exciting developments. And I have more about tomorrow's excitement coming up as well. Are you ready? I'm ready. I'll have more about what's going to happen in the next 24 hours. coming up in just 60 seconds from now. But first, here's a little bit about the community page. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join Lalate Daily for the excitement of the new Lalate live daily. The excitement starts on mornings Lalate at 9 a.m. Home Lalate returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons Lalate at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on Lalate.
From Lalate headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Afternoons Lalate.
One of the features that I did yesterday on this particular broadcast, the Afternoons Lalate, the penultimate episode video, was did a Q&A with viewers, and I loved it. And you had some really great questions, so I'm going to do it right now. One of the comments during the commercial break was, are they voting on the House floor right now? They're not voting on the House floor right now. But if they were, who cares? Steny Hoyer's already confirmed the vote is Wednesday morning. What day, what hour of the day, what second in Wednesday morning? Oh, please. That was a great question. But yes, the vote is not right now. Can anyone explain how non-filer filers will receive your stimulus check? They won't. If you used a non-filer filing to get a first or second stimulus check and it worked, meaning you filed a non-filer, let's say in spring of 2020, and it worked, good. But since then, the non-filer filing does not operate. So if you are thinking of a non-filer filing for second stimulus, it ain't going to work. If you're thinking of just using a non-filer filing for third stimulus right now, not going to work. Great question. Do you have to do anything for the student loan forgiveness? You have to apply. Don't know where it is just yet. Great question. Really, hey, Murray, how are you? There's Murray in the room. They're voting on something. Yeah, maybe they're voting on something. They're not voting on the stimulus check. It's Wednesday morning. Steny Hoyer has already confirmed it. There you go. Someone says, does the person claiming me have to give me the check by law? Oh boy, that's a tough question. Yeah. So if you are a dependent on someone else's tax return, they get your stimulus check. And to get the stimulus check, they have to make less than $75,000, and you have to have a Social Security number. Great question. There is Lisa, and there's Debbie, and there's Jenny, and there's William, and there's Bacon Cheddar. There was another great question that someone had asked. Someone asked in this video, when do the children start getting the money? So the children will get their stimulus check with yours, and then their other checks, the $300 a month or $250, start in the month of July. I'm super excited about getting my unemployment tax back from federal. The federal took. Is state unemployment tax included? Oh, that is a really great question. No, that's a really good question, Kylie. Is it $10,200 of your first $10,200 tax free? It's a federal law. I do not believe it said it's state tax free. I don't know, actually. Actually, I don't know. That's a really great question. I presume it does not concern the state taxes of your unemployment, but I don't know. Um, Boy, I'll have to look that up. That is a really good question. What the person is referring to is that the first $10,200 of your unemployment benefits in 2020 are tax free under the third stimulus. Pretty easy. But the viewer said, is that both federal taxes and state taxes? Lord, we would think it's both, but I would double check. And if anyone knows the answer before I do, then tell me, because that's a really great question. Wow, that's why I like this show. Are college students getting the stimulus financial aid of 1,700? Says one viewer. They are. Again, that's application based. That is application based. Someone asked, post the time that the House is voting. I don't remember the time it is. It may be 10 a.m. Again, they're House members. They move slowly. They'll be late 15 minutes. LA, do you think the SSI is going to be a standalone bill or forced stimulus? I think part of forced stimulus makes more sense. Remember, as I've been reporting, it can be any of that or executive order by the president. That's a great question, though. My friend did his taxes and they're taking back the previous stimulus check on top. That's untrue. Your friend's telling you a lie. Stimulus checks cannot be taken for back taxes. There's always someone that has a story about someone stealing their stimulus check. It's untrue. Their stimulus check's being taken for something else. Stimulus checks are not taken out for back taxes, child support, or prior debts. If I made a withdraw my Roth IRA to pay my bills and affect my stimulus eligibility, my earned income is less than 75 unless they added it in. Interesting. What if I filed taxes already and claimed unemployment all 2020? If anything that I am explaining to you about that $10,200 of tax-free unemployment impacts you, where you see the numbers are wrong, you're going to have to do amended return. There's no way around it. You have to do amended return. Do I think FPC retro could still happen? Yep, I do. Great question. Thank you for that question. They aren't taking stimulus back. They aren't taking stimulus back. Do you think that retroactive, was that retroactive FPC? Yes, I think FPC retroactive would still happen. Who do we contact about $10,200 tax credit? This is your tax return. This is your tax return. There's no one you call up. This is your tax return. If you don't know how to fix it with your tax return, you're going to have to go to a big tax preparer, like one of the big companies, and they will do and hire them to do it for you. This is a tax return. I got someone asked that question a few days ago. They said, how do I call up to get my $10,000 back? Oh no, this is a tax return situation. You have to fix it with your tax return. If I got my stimulus check by mail, can I change it to my debit card? Nope. IRS will not allow you to change anything about the delivery of the stimulus check. And if you are betting on a manner in which to get it in a different way, it may happen. The best bet is where someone files their 2020 tax return and now lists their personal bank account. Then they may attempt that personal bank account. If you got that tax return on file a few weeks ago, if you're doing it today or tomorrow, it ain't going to work. It's too late. It's too close to when they're sending out the stimulus check. Thank you for all you do. I appreciate that. Are adult dependents going to get their previous stimulus checks? They are not. And there's some bacon. Do you think we'll get our checks this weekend? I think some viewers could get the check in their bank account within 24 hours after it goes out. They're saying it will go out as early as the end of this week. I'm on SSI. Will I get a stimulus check? Absolutely, Joyce. Absolutely. If you're not an adult dependent, you're going to physically get it yourself. If you're someone else's dependent, they will get your check for you. Do we get hazard pay if we make over 25,000? No. Is there bacon and ice cream in the stimulus package? There is not. Great questions. What if you move and you get Social Security? Do I have to do a non-filer? If IRS is sending you Social Security benefits every month and knows where you are, then you're in good situation. They know where you are. If you got your Social Security check last month at the correct address, you're good. They know where you are. Someone says, I gave him my stimulus check tomorrow morning. Someone said, thank you for all you do. I appreciate that. Do you think direct deposits will go back into closed accounts again? Yes, absolutely. That's a great question as well. If IRS has not seen anything from you about that closed account, then they're going to attempt the closed account. It's going to fail, and then they're going to go to paper check. Now, the only possibility is if they did that for second stimulus, they tried a closed account. It was closed for second stimulus. Maybe they have a record of it not working, so they're not going to try the mistake again. So that's the only situation which maybe they won't do a failed bank account if they tried it for the second stimulus and it failed. So I would assume they have a system that tells them, oh, we tried that last time, it doesn't exist, so let's just not do that again. Will the stimulus be like the last stimulus when it went to, oh yeah, so there was a series of tax preparer companies that had problems last time. Those problems have been rectified, but the place in which it goes doesn't change. Just their problems have been rectified. Nancy is Speaker of the House, LA Speaker for the People. I really appreciate that, Terrell Danes. I really appreciate that. That is very, very kind. Let's party at the Casino Center. You're amazing. I love you. I appreciate you tuning in. Those who have direct deposits were delayed. Do you think they fixed it? Yeah, they did. They did a good job about it for obvious reasons. They can't have customers and expect to have broken systems, so they fix their systems. So yeah, they fix their systems. Don't worry about that one. There's Debbie. Thank you, Jenny, for the nice comment. Is a startup business grant still in the bill? Okay, that is the $1,000,000 question from W. Barden. The president claims it's in there. I just don't see it. You're the president of the United States and you say you put it in there, and then you still say it's in there. And we have a copy of the bill and we don't see it. And no news broadcaster has seen it. No news broadcast that has a summary of the bill says it's in there. So I don't know when someone sort of pushes the president and say, stop saying it's in there. It's just not in there. Either it's really in there and none of us can rewrite, or someone has not told the president, it didn't get in there. Ironically, it was never in there at the beginning, so I don't know when he said it was in there. It's very strange. Lalate help. Hey, Marianne, how are you? So do we get our direct deposit on SSI? Oh, that's a great question. So if you receive your benefits for SSI by direct deposit, you would likely get your stimulus check that way. But here is a message. Where am I? Here I am. We learned in the second stimulus package that IRS gave a statement to the people that they will just choose, IRS, to send a particular person the money who has a direct deposit set up, either by direct deposit or paper check or debit card. What I taught viewers in December was if you are someone presuming it's coming by direct deposit, understand this. It may come two other ways. So, translation is, when this becomes law over the next 2 weeks, watch the mail like a hawk. Watch the physical mail like a hawk, and do not just look at the bank account and say, I didn't get in the bank account, I didn't get in the bank account, where's the direct deposit? Watch the mail and make sure you do not throw away any mail until you look at it very carefully, because the debit card, which I still have on set, I still have the envelope. The envelope was the most unclear envelope. A lot of people threw it away because they thought it was junk mail. It was not. It was $600 at least. So until you get a stimulus check for 2 weeks after it becomes law, watch the mail like a hawk, because it may come in the mail when you think it's coming by direct deposit. That's a great question. If I didn't get the second stimulus and I just started receiving a disability, well, I get this one. If you just started SSDI, yes. If it's, not in the last, few weeks, then yes, they know where you are. Now, the fact that you haven't gotten second stimulus, you need to go file a tax return and get that right away. And if you didn't get the first stimulus, do the same thing as well. Is a student loan forgiveness auto? No. Okay, so let me explain the student loan debt forgiveness. How is the $1,700 for college students supposed to work? I don't know yet. That's a great question as well. Mary, thank you for the super chat. Where am I? Here I am. Wow, we're running late. 31 minutes. The student loan debt forgiveness is the following. Student loan debt forgiveness is a standalone bill in the Senate. It's not part of this bill. So it has not become law. So don't worry about it just yet. But the third stimulus package has an incredible provision in there that no one knew that this was a big issue until it became an issue. If they pass the Senate bill to forgive $50,000 of student loan debt, and you are at a 24% tax bracket, guess what? You would have to pay about $25,000 to the IRS if they forgive the student loan debt. Yes, that was until Saturday. In the third stimulus package, they put a provision in there that if the Senate eventually passes a student loan debt forgiveness bill, you do not have to pay taxes on the forgiveness of the debt, because shockingly, forgiven debt is still taxable. Had they not put that provision in there, they did, it's becoming law. Had they not put that provision in there, at a 24% tax bracket for $50,000, you would have to actually write the IRS a check for $24,000. And a 10% tax bracket, $11,000. I don't know how the president did not catch this, but that's a big that is a big Hail Mary, which they caught and really did good with. Thank goodness whoever found that thing and put it in the bill, because that's a big saver. Michelle, thank you for the super chat. And there we are, 33 minutes. Wow, we ran a little bit late, but we had to. That was some good stuff. Coming up next is money. Not 5 days from now, not 5 weeks from now, but money right now. It's money available under second stimulus. $5, $10, $15, $20,000. Money you can get right now. If you have not subscribed to this channel, hit that subscribe button right now, because you understand that the third stimulus package will be surfing into your mailbox or your direct deposit very soon. But after that, what's the next check? There is no check for a while after the $14 stimulus check. So I want to get you other money starting right now. Join me as Afternoons Lalate gets into high gear with purple coming up right after this break. The next video is just 2 minutes away. Jump into that video as Afternoons Lalate returns.